Did you know that between birth and age 6, your child's brain is laying down the foundation that will determine how they learn, how they handle emotions, and how they connect with others for the rest of their lives? This isn't just important, it's everything. And here's the game changer. As parents, we hold the key to shaping that development. Right now, in your child's head, something absolutely incredible is happening. Every single day, their brain is forming over 1,000 neural connections per second. That's not a typo. 1,000 connections every single second. Think about that for a moment. While your toddler is playing with blocks, having a tantrum, or snuggling with you before bed, their brain is literally rewiring itself based on those experiences. But here's what most parents don't realize, and this might shock you. Many of the choices we make every day, from what we feed our kids to how much screen time we allow, are either supercharging their brain development or accidentally limiting their potential. The difference between a fortified, resilient brain and one that struggles isn't about expensive toys or elite preschools. It's about 5 simple, science-backed strategies that any parent can master. I'm going to share these 5 brain-building secrets with you today, and I promise you this. Understanding and applying these principles will change not just your child's present, but their entire future. So, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to give your child the ultimate head start in life. Let's start with something that will blow your mind. Your child's brain development actually begins before they're even born. From the moment of conception, that tiny brain starts forming at an extraordinary pace. When your baby is still in the womb, they're already responding to your voice, your heartbeat, even the music you play. These aren't just cute moments. They're actually the first building blocks of your child's capacity to learn, feel, and connect. But here's where it gets really fascinating. During those first 6 years, your child's brain has what scientists call neuroplasticity. Basically, it's like having a superpower. Their brain can reshape and adapt at a rate that will never be matched again in their entire lifetime. To put this in perspective, if an adult brain is like wet cement that's already hardened, your child's brain is like fresh clay, incredibly moldable and ready to be shaped. Think of your child's brain like a tree that's just starting to grow. Every positive experience, every hug, every encouraging word, every game you play together is like sunlight and water, helping that tree grow strong and healthy. But just like a tree, if it doesn't get what it needs, or if it's exposed to harsh conditions, its growth can be stunted. Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds important, but what does this actually mean for my day-to-day life as a parent? Great question. And here's the answer that changes everything. The environment you create for your child in these early years literally sculpts their brain architecture. Studies show that children's brains develop faster and stronger when they feel loved and secure. When a child has caregivers who respond to their emotional and physical needs consistently, they're not just building a happy childhood. They're laying the groundwork for emotional stability and cognitive strength that will serve them for decades. Here's something that might surprise you. What looks like simple play or everyday conversation to you is actually profound brain development in action. When you get down on the floor and play with your toddler, you're not just being a good parent. You're actively strengthening brain areas that will help them empathize, communicate, and handle stress throughout their life. But it's not just about emotional care. Your child's brain also needs the right physical foundation to function at its best. The food they eat literally becomes the building blocks of their neural pathways. The sleep they get isn't just rest time. It's when their brain processes everything they've learned and prepares for the next day's growth. Without proper nutrition and quality sleep, even the most loving environment can't help a brain reach its full potential. Now, here's what makes these early years so critical, and why I'm so passionate about sharing this information with you. This window of explosive brain development is limited. The speed and intensity of neural connections being formed right now will never happen again. Missing this opportunity isn't just about falling behind, it's about losing a chance that never comes back. Think of it this way. Caring for your child's brain in these early years is like building the foundation of a house. The stronger and more solid that foundation is, the better equipped your child will be to handle whatever challenges life throws their way, whether that's academic pressure, social situations, or emotional ups and downs. Everything you invest in these early years, every bedtime story, every healthy meal, every moment of patience during a meltdown, shows up later in how your children learn, how they feel about themselves, and how they navigate the world. This isn't just feel-good parenting advice. This is based on decades of neuroscience research. So what are these 5 essential strategies that can transform your child's brain development? These aren't complicated theories or expensive programs. They're practical, everyday approaches that work like pillars, supporting and strengthening your child's developing mind. When you apply these consistently, you're helping your child build a brain that's balanced, resilient, and ready for whatever comes next. Let me walk you through each of these 5 game-changing strategies, and more importantly, show you exactly how to integrate them into your daily routine to maximize your child's well-being and learning potential. Strategy number 1, secure attachment. The emotional foundation. Secure attachment might sound like psychology jargon, but it's actually the most practical and powerful tool you have as a parent. This is the trusting, secure relationship that forms between you and your child. And it's not just about feeling close. It's literally shaping the brain structures that control emotions and stress management. When your child feels safe and cared for, something amazing happens in their brain. The hippocampus, that's the brain's learning and memory center, actually grows larger and becomes more flexible. This means children with secure attachment don't just feel better emotionally, they actually learn better and remember more effectively. But here's the part that will change how you think about parenting. Secure attachment acts like a biological shield against stress. When children receive quick, caring responses to their emotional needs, they learn to regulate cortisol, which is the stress hormone. This isn't just important for childhood. This stress management system they develop will protect them for their entire lives. So how do you build secure attachment? It's simpler than you might think, but it requires consistency. When your child cries, comfort them. When they're excited about something, share in that excitement. When they're scared, reassure them. This isn't spoiling them. This is building their emotional immune system. Here's a practical example. Your 3-year-old has a meltdown because their tower of blocks fell down. Instead of saying, "Don't cry, it's just blocks," try saying something like, "You're really upset that your tower fell down. That must be frustrating. Let's build it again together." You're not just solving the problem. You're teaching them that their emotions are valid and that they can count on you for support. This kind of emotional responsiveness creates what researchers call an internal working model. Basically, your child develops a deep sense that the world is safe, that they're worthy of love, and that problems can be solved. This becomes the foundation for healthy relationships, academic success, and emotional resilience throughout their life. Strategy number 2, movement and play, the brain's natural fuel. If I told you there was a free, natural brain booster that could improve your child's concentration, mood, and learning ability all at once, you'd probably think I was selling something. But that miracle brain booster exists, and you already know what it is: movement and play. When children move their bodies, their brains get flooded with oxygen and nutrients that supercharge the formation of new neural pathways. But it gets even better. Physical movement releases brain chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are nature's own focus and happiness boosters. This is why kids who get regular physical activity often do better in school and have fewer behavior problems. Play isn't just fun and games. It's one of the most sophisticated learning systems ever designed. Through play, children practice problem solving, creativity, and decision-making. They learn social skills like cooperation, rule following, and self-control. Picture a child playing with building blocks, trying to make a tower that won't fall down. They're not just playing. They're developing fine motor skills, learning patience, practicing cause and effect, and building persistence. Here's what's really exciting. You don't need expensive equipment or structured programs to give your child these benefits. For toddlers, simple activities like dancing to music, playing chase in the backyard, or even just walking around the neighborhood while they collect rocks and leaves are incredibly powerful brain builders. For older children, aim for at least 1 hour of physical activity daily. This can include organized sports, but it should definitely include free playtime where they can explore, imagine, and move their bodies however feels good to them. The key is balance. Structured movement, like sports, teaches discipline and skills, while free play develops creativity and self-direction. And here's a pro tip for busy parents. Any opportunity for movement counts. Having a 5-minute dance party in your living room, doing jumping jacks during TV commercials, or letting your child help with active household chores like vacuuming. All of these give their brain the movement nutrition it craves. Strategy number 3, proper nutrition. Feeding the brain. Your child's brain is an incredibly hungry organ, using about 20% of all the energy they consume. What you feed them isn't just fueling their body. It's literally providing the raw materials their brain uses to build new neural connections. Certain nutrients are absolute superstars for brain development. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, are essential for building healthy brain cell membranes and improving communication between neurons. This translates to better concentration and learning ability. Antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables protect developing brain cells from damage and support healthy growth. Foods like blueberries, spinach, and avocados are like bodyguards for your child's neurons. Protein provides the amino acids needed to create neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers. But here's what many parents don't realize. What you don't feed your child is just as important as what you do. Excessive sugar and highly processed foods can create energy spikes and crashes that lead to irritability, difficulty concentrating, and behavioral problems. Studies show that children who eat a lot of processed foods tend to have more trouble focusing and regulating their emotions, which directly impacts both their school performance and their social relationships. This doesn't mean your child can never have treats, but it does mean making nutritious foods the foundation of their diet. Start their day with protein and healthy fats to stabilize their energy. Include colorful fruits and vegetables in every meal. Choose whole grains over refined ones when possible. And here's a practical tip that works for picky eaters. Involve them in food preparation. Children are more likely to try foods they've helped prepare, and cooking together is also a great learning activity that builds math skills, following directions, and patience. Strategy. Number 4, quality sleep, the brain's reset button. While your child sleeps, their brain is anything but inactive. Sleep is when the real magic of learning happens. During deep sleep, the brain takes all the information and experiences from the day and files them away as long-term memories. It strengthens the neural pathways that were created during waking hours and literally cleans out cellular waste that builds up during the day. Children who get adequate sleep don't just feel better. They learn better, remember more, solve problems more effectively, and adapt to new situations more easily. Their brains are like computers that have been defragmented and updated overnight, running faster and more efficiently the next day. On the flip side, sleep deprivation has serious consequences for developing brains. Children who don't get enough sleep show problems with attention, concentration, and processing new information. They're often more irritable, anxious, and impulsive, which affects their relationships with friends, family, and teachers. Chronic sleep problems can create lasting impacts on memory and learning ability. So how much sleep do children actually need? Toddlers need about 11 to 14 hours per day, preschoolers need 10 to 13 hours, and school-aged children need 9 to 11 hours. But it's not just about the quantity. The quality of sleep matters too. Creating a consistent bedtime routine is one of the best investments you can make in your child's brain development. Start the wind-down process about an hour before bedtime. This might include a warm bath, reading stories together, dimming the lights, and avoiding exciting activities or screens. The bedroom environment matters too. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Consider blackout curtains and a white noise machine if needed. And here's something many parents don't know. The blue light from screens can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep, so avoid screens for at least an hour before bedtime. Strategy number 5, limiting screen time, protecting the developing brain. This is probably the most challenging topic for modern parents, but it's crucial to address because screen time has exploded in recent years, and we're starting to understand its impact on developing brains. Here's the thing. Technology isn't inherently bad, and screens aren't going to disappear from our world. But the developing brain has specific needs that excessive screen time can interfere with. Young children's brains are wired to learn through real-world, hands-on experiences and face-to-face interactions. When screen time displaces these essential activities, it can slow down important aspects of development. Research shows that excessive screen time is linked to attention problems, difficulty regulating emotions, and disrupted sleep patterns. Perhaps more importantly, time spent on screens is time not spent on activities that actively build brain power, like physical play, creative exploration, and social interaction. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no screens, except video chatting, for children under 18 months, very limited high-quality programming for children 18 to 24 months, watched together with parents, and no more than 1 hour of high-quality content per day for children ages 2 to 5. But guidelines are just the starting point. What matters more is how you implement screen time in your family. When your child does use screens, make it interactive and educational rather than passive. Watch together when possible and talk about what you're seeing. Use screens as a tool for connection rather than a babysitter. Create screen-free zones and times in your home. Consider making meals, bedtime routines, and family time screen-free. Model healthy screen habits yourself. Children learn more from what they see us do than from what we tell them to do. And here's a crucial point. The goal isn't to eliminate technology completely, but to ensure it doesn't crowd out the real-world experiences that developing brains need most. Putting it all together, your action plan. Now that you know these 5 essential strategies, you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed, wondering how to implement all of this in your busy life. Here's the beautiful truth. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to change everything at once. Start small. Pick one area that resonates most with you, or that you feel your family needs most. Maybe it's establishing a better bedtime routine, or planning more active playtime, or being more emotionally responsive during your child's difficult moments. Focus on that one change until it becomes natural, then add another. Remember, every positive moment counts. Every time you get down on your child's level and really listen to them, every nutritious meal you provide, every book you read together, every limit you set with love, you're building their brain and their future. These early years are precious and irreplaceable. The neural pathways being formed right now are creating the foundation for everything your child will become. By understanding and applying these 5 strategies, you're giving your child something priceless. A strong, resilient brain ready to take on whatever life brings. The love, care, and intentional choices you make today become the inner strength, confidence, and capability your child carries throughout their life. You have more power to influence your child's development than you probably realized. And that's both an incredible opportunity and a beautiful responsibility. Every day, you have new chances to nurture their growing mind, to respond to their needs with understanding, and to create an environment where they can thrive. Trust that every small act of care matters. Every moment of connection counts. And every choice you make with their well-being in mind is building something lasting and beautiful. You're not just raising a child. You're literally helping to create the person they'll become, the relationships they'll have, and the impact they'll make on the world. And that, my friend, is one of the most important jobs anyone can have.